It has been a day since I've looked at this, so I have no idea what I'm doing really. I remember there was an issue. I get to go back in and find that issue again. Let's go. Alright. If I remember from last time, my my algorithm or my pattern generates properly to a degree. Uh, Here is issue I'm noticing. Also seeing that it's touching this lucky tile too. Lucky tiles should only be touching the blank tiles. So I'm curious why it is doing this. Okay. On my scripts. I think it was the grid script and the tile adjacency script that'll probably be just here. Tile on mouse down is printing out all of the tile types of the touching tiles. Yeah, okay. And if I remember, this did not print out. Well, it printed out 6, but it did not print out lucky tile. It's saying that position 10 is blank. Where is it? Jeez. 10 is blank. Yeah, okay, it's that one. 2 1. 2 1 is blank. 0 1. Alright. 0 1 blank. Okay. 1 2. 1 2 is blank. 0 0 is home. Okay, so it printed out home. Interesting. So what is its position? Its position is 1 1. So it's doing a negative negative to get home. Let me check the script here. Might just be which one would be the world generation script? I am doing a negative negative. I should not be doing a negative negative, should I? Okay. So then what do I need? Because if it's doing that, I think it's missing this tile. Which if it is missing this tile is this, please. 2-0? Yeah, 2-0. This is 1-1. It needs to +1. It needs to do +1, -1. It's 2-0. Okay. That makes sense. I don't know why I didn't see that earlier. Alright, check the create grid, because create grid, or no, it was tile adjacency that had this too. Ah, yeah, okay, cool. So that's probably why I was having issues with tile adjacency as well. I just entered a negative by accident, or something along those lines. Let's see if I get any more inconsistencies now. Tiles are touching trees. Okay, does this tile know there's a forest near it? No, it does not. Okay. So I'm guessing it's also not reading whatever this tile is, and it is in fact reading something else. So this tile is -7, 5. This tile is -6, 6. So it still does need -1, -1. So which one did it not need? Okay, that I need to figure out. Because I really, okay, so -1, -1 is needed. What? Hold on. It just got rid of -1, -1 though. So lost, man. Okay. So you definitely know that the home is there. Okay, so it knows that home is there. But I guess I don't have a constraint for it to care or not. Alright, it would seem that it's also not recognizing whatever that tile is. So this tile is negative. Let me write this down because now I'm just kind of confused. I think I'm just doing something really stupid, probably. It usually is that. Just yikes. Nope, not that journal. This one. Pencil. Alright, let's get to a clean page here. Sure, I'll do on the back of this one. It's my game design sheets. Okay. So we are starting at this position here. Alright, this position here is negative. You can just call it the center. The center starts at -8, 9. -8, 9. And it needs to take -7, 10. So that's +1, +1. Okay, so when I you know what? I bet you when I originally wrote the numbers that I needed, I just read it so wrong and just added when I needed to subtract a negative or something. Because I'm realizing, yeah, no, this is just wrong. Well, that's what it's about. Finding the issues, fixing them, problem solving. Okay, well, let me go get the rest of the numbers because I know I'm gonna need them. That's -8, so that's a 0, and then 10, that's +1. Oops, I just wrote 10 above my 10 again. I don't know why. And then we have a -9, which is -1, and 9, which is just 0, do nothing. This one, which is -8, I don't know, maybe I'm just doing this wrong, but I'll keep going for now. I could just be doing this wrong and it's not gonna add up correctly because of the way the hexagon tiles line up with each other. I don't think it's like running awful. I think it's pretty good. In fact, it's just these lucky tiles that I noticed was having the issue. But gotta fix it. It was -9. This one's -8, 8. So -8 is 0, 8 is -1. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 points. 2 more points. We have -7. So that's +1, -1. Then we have this one, which is -7, 9, which is +1, 0. Okay, but now I want to go down to here. Does this pattern follow with this one? This is 2, -2. So here there should be, if the start is 2, -2, going here is 1, -1. This is -1, -1. But over here, going up over here from -8, 9 to, oh, I did this first, didn't I? Hold on. It gives 2, -1. But still, 2, -1 is 2, -1 is +1, 0 +1. Is there a 0 +1 on this other list? No, there's not a 0 +1 on this other list. So do I have to have a different set of functions depending on if it's a even or odd number x position? Or is it just is it positive and negative? How does this work? Okay, because this -8, 9. This is 2, -2. So let's do a, okay, so 3. So across here is -3. So now this negative, from 2, -3 to 3, -2, that's +1, +1. Okay, so if it's a negative, if it's a z, okay, so this, if z equals odd, then it follows the first set of numbers that I found, but if it's even, I have to do a different set of numbers. Okay. It makes sense because the way that the hexagon rows line up, they're zigzagged. So like it's zigzagged on the x-axis, I believe, where it goes like this. 2, is that also 2? Yeah, 2. This mountain should also be 2. 2, yeah. It just zigzags. So if it's an odd, I'll test this with one more tile. This one is a odd number. If I go here, it should, oh, hold on. -6, -3, so it should become -5, -2. Correct. Okay. Yep. If z equals even, I will do another list of numbers. This one is even. So from start to -2, we go to 2, -1. Then we go 1, -1. Then we go 1, -2. 1, -3. 2, -3. Make sure I read that right. 3, -1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that means this is the last one right here. 3, -2. Alright, okay. So if it's 2, -1, that is 0 plus 1. If it is 1, -1, that is -1 plus 1. It's like the opposite of what is happening on the odd, basically. Just wherever there was a 0 on the x and y, just flip them and then swap the positives and negatives too, I think. That's what's happening here. Or if it goes to 1, -2, that's -1, 0. If it goes to 1, -3, that's -1. -1. If it goes to 3, if it goes to 2, -3. Okay, if it goes to 2, -3, that's 0, -1. If it goes to 3, that's +1, -2, that's 0. Okay, I'm gonna write this out cleaner for myself. So 0 plus 1, -1 plus 1, -1, 0, -1, -1, 0, -1, plus 1, 0. Then I have 1, 1, 0 plus 1, 1, 0, 0, -1, plus 1, -1, plus 1, 0. Okay, so I'll have to create a new check for that now, which would be pretty easy. All I have to do is just check if the Z cell position is even or odd whenever it's given. And then depending on which order, it'll decide which set of functions this functions run. So it's in world generator grid and in tile adjacency. You have to fix it. So this is going to be harder. Check for adjacent. So we do have cell position. So I can use just cell position. I believe cell position Y for the Z is 2 equals, if it's odd, well this means if it's even. But I think the function I have here is if it's odd. Or it was for if it was odd, because I believe this was the issue. So I'll just fill in the details for if it was even then. So if it's even, we'll do 0 plus 1. We'll do -1 plus 1. -1, 0. Okay, so yeah, even. 0, 1, -1 plus 1. -1, 0. -1, -1. 0, -1. And then the final one is +1, 0. Alright. And then I'll set these ones for odd. Just double checking. 0, 1, -1, 0. Yeah, this is mostly already in here. So 0, 0, 1, -1, 0 are both in here. Do we have a 1, -1? Yes. Do we have a -1, 1? No, we do not. We have a 0, -1. We have a 1, 0. So I think it is just this bottom one I have to change, right? To be a +1, +1. Oh, 1, 1, 1, 0. -1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, yep. 1, -1, yep. And last one, 1, 1, yep. Okay. So that's if it's odd. So what we'll do now is we have cell position. Yes, we just get cell position in this. So I'll just do if cell position dot y factor 2 equals 1. Else. Should only be one other else, and that's if it's even. So I'm going to basically just take this code, copy it over here, but it is going to need a few steps. I'm going to have to add this in. Not too bad. Save that. Okay. And then I can take this here. Let's take the whole thing. Take this here and put it into a else here. They're just happening in opposite of each other. But it doesn't matter. I was just trying to minimize work I had to do. Okay. I gotta stay in the frame of this kitty cat. So everything should just work now. Let's just run it and see if I notice any issues. Or if we get like 45 errors. Oh, that's already an issue I'm noticing. Fun. Well, you know there's a lucky next to you. And is that lucky in fact at -7, it is in fact at, so you know there's a lucky next to you, but you really just don't care now. Okay. What about you? Do you know there's a forest next to you? No, you actually have no clue there's a forest next to you. Okay, well now I'm confused, because it should just be working now. Okay. So you know there's an advance next to you. You don't know there's a forest next to you. Okay. So tell there's an advance next to you. Basic. Okay, you can tell. Hold on. Was I reading? Was I just reading the B, A, and then reading blank every single time because I'm dyslexic? Probably. Yeah, basic. Okay, so it's noticing them. So I know for a fact it's noticing them, and I know for a fact that it is putting its correct type into the array or list of strings. because it's printing it here. So this is pulling the lists from it's pulling the list from the tile adjacency set, which is getting it from this. It's like this is working. So why don't I just no, it should be like exactly the same. Let me just pop it in here. Tab go next, it jumps 17 of them. Like, bro, what do you mean go next? So the cell position is just given for check adjacency. Cell position is just a given from touching cell position. New key X, new key Y. This is the new cell position it's making. Hold on, let me. I don't have any errors. Let me go and run it out. So I might be having issues with the negative Z's. I mean, after changing the order of it, I don't see any issues on this run. So maybe it did matter which order I did the if equal to thing. I guess, okay. No, that's fair. You know what? I think the negatives were causing it issues, and changing it to that made it so that if it was, even if it was a negative, if it hits zero, zero is fine, and I know it's just even. Versus, it could have been negative 1 1. Yeah, okay. I think I solved the issue before I found the issue, which is fun. So, I mean, so far, it looks like it's working perfectly. Uh, I don't see any advanced tiles next to any other advanced tiles. I don't see any advanced tiles touching lucky tiles. I don't see any forest tiles touching lucky tiles. And I do see two advanced tiles that spawn right next to the home tile. I do need to make the home tile a constraint because I only want basic and plain tiles to spawn there. And I also want to bring down the spawn rate of these things because this is too many resources, in my opinion. This is not what I imagine. This is not what the constraints I have set. This is not within the constraints. Yes. Womp womp. Okay, so now that that is, I wouldn't say done, but a step closer to being done, I can now, like I said, uh, change the odds of whatever spawns a little bit. Instead of returning simply just a random range of pure evenness, I will about to determine how I want to go about this. Thinking of a solution of a function where I could just plug in the amount that I need, and then it will split it into a percentage based on the numbers I give it, because it'll know that if it is, it'll know if it's blank, or it'll know its tile type because of the number of constraints I give it. And then based on which set of things it gives, it'll give out different percentages. How do I want to do that? Because I think I want like a 75-25 for the advanced tile, and then probably like a 66 or like a 65-15. That makes 80, 20, 20, 65-25. Ah. Because I want it to be scalable with. I start adding other tiles and more complex, which tiles can and which tiles cannot touch each other, and this list of if statements is not going to hold up at all. I'm just gonna take a second to think about how I want to go about this. Because I might just have to write this out too, just to kind of figure it out. Because just say I want to have a tile that can touch basic tile and advanced tile, but not lucky tile and not basic tile. How would I go about doing something like that? I gotta give myself the problem first, and then I can solve it. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, still have no idea. Let's get my paper out. Can't use this side. I feel like just getting the world generation down to the way I want it is going to be honestly the hardest part of this whole thing. Uh, because I don't think I'll ever really be done with the world generation. I think I'm gonna constantly be making tweaks to it. But once I have a healthy, uh, like kind of the state that it's currently at now, but I just need to uh, fix this code so that I can actually, add to it later easily without having to somehow add 14 more uh, if else statements. Okay. Let's just say I want to. It would almost be rare if I decided that lucky tiles can only be engulfed in between. Let's see what that looks like and see what that feels like, honestly, because this will let me figure out my new function, uh, and just I can see a new way of spawning tiles, and it might be what I'm looking for, in fact. So let's just say we want lucky tiles can only spawn on advanced and basic. So it has to be in the center of a advanced and basic. And then we can, I want advanced. I want advanced to only be touching basic. I also want basic to be found in the depths of. I want advanced to be found in the depths of a basic. Uh, I'm. I guess with a system of this would want denser population of things. So maybe maybe I'll think about expanding the tiles that I spawn, and let's just see what it looks like, because because I was thinking of like bigger numbers, but if everything does little things and a bunch of things doing it, it's gonna add up. I think that might be really fun if I do it like micros. I'll try that. So it's 365 right now. Let's just add a 0. Let's see the render time on this. You know, I guess that's not bad, but also it's in editor, not in game, so of course it's going to be slower. I don't think any of these are static either, so I'm gonna have to change that all as well. My scene camera can't even see everything, and yeah, I still do want to change my world generation algorithm because this blows. What was? Oh boy. Okay, so there was. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. Well, let's just still look. This is too many tiles. Uh, we had 365 tiles. What if we just double that to like 7? What is that? 365, 720, 730? I don't know, man. I'm bad at math. Go ahead and run that. It's still not gonna fit within the camera frame, but it's not too bad. And it is like fatter, I think. So that's fine. Let me just move the camera up for now. And because where that thing is, yeah. I think one of the next things, once I feel comfortable with everything, I want to get the camera movement to move like within the game scene, so I don't have to change the camera view like outside of the viewport or whatever. Copy position. Okay. Paste position. Cool. All right. Save that. Okay. So I won't. I'll leave this up for now while I work this out. So yeah, advanced, I want to only be touching basic, lucky, and other advanced tiles. I'll consider dropping the other advanced finding other advanced because I don't want them to get too stacked. We'll just see how it goes. So basic will touch basic, blank, lucky, and basic will also touch advanced. Then we also will have blank, which can touch. No, it can't at advanced. Blank can only touch basic and home. Basic can also touch home. Home can only touch basic and blank. So I think what would be best is to have like a I'm either thinking like a dictionary almost of the game object. Okay, so here's maybe what I'll do. Bring the code up, wherever that's hiding. So world grid generator, right? Okay. So what I'm thinking is since it returns an int. So I always want blank to have the highest percentage. Okay, I gotta figure this out. So blank will always have the remaining percentage of whatever the added percentages of the other tiles are combined. Uh, so blank will always have the highest advantage against basic. Because blank can only place on other blank and basic. So if I give basic a 20%, so I give basic a 20%, that means it would be an 80% chance of a tile. But then when it came to basic, I know basic can't spawn. No, basic can spawn lucky. Blank can spawn basic. So blank will have an 80-20. Now we'll do 20, I guess. I'll consider 15 though if the numbers get too big. So advanced. You don't spawn home, so I don't have to think about the homes. And lucky percentage. So let's just say I give lucky a 2% chance to spawn. Nah, let's give it a 5 to start, because I want to be able to actually see it happen at least once. A 5% chance to spawn a lucky, and let's do a solid 12% chance to spawn in advanced. That would mean if it is spawning a basic tile, there is a 37% chance for it to not be a blank tile, and the remaining what is it? 63%. The remaining 63% for blank. That seems like a high skew. We'll see how that goes. But I'll stick with these percentages for now. So what I'll probably do, um, I think that would just create extra nonsense. So, um, I'm thinking either, okay, if I do a loop, I can do an array of the bools. I could check if true of that. Would I just need an, I would need an if I equal, it's just, I would need more ifs. Okay, I think I have something that could work. So if I just have a int okay, remaining percent. So if lucky tile, I think I'm gonna leave this, but that's not what I actually need to do right now. So if it is lucky tile, then it has to deduce down to just only having advanced and only having basic as an option. Why don't I make basic be the remaining percentage? Because basic can touch all of them. So I'll make blank tiles be a fair 60% to start. It gives them a 60-40 off rip. Okay. So no matter what, I know that I can spawn a basic tile. So if it contains that, then I could just have separate functions. Because if lucky tile equals true, I know immediately that it can only be advanced or basic. But if it goes down and it says advanced tile, then I know immediately it can only be basic, lucky, or advanced. I think blank tile has to be blank. Can't touch other blank. That didn't seem right. Blank can touch other blank. Blank can't touch advanced. Okay. Like I said, I need it to basically say if lucky tile is equal to true, then it just removes all but what's available. I think this is going to have to be a dictionary, or no, just a like list maybe? Okay, I think so I need to have this is really sad, or this is not great because I need another set of like booleans. Because if lucky tile equals true, I could just make the array because I have to make the array here, or at least I have to clear it here. So I'm just gonna make possible bonds. So this could be like a list of booleans. Okay, yeah, we'll have to just keep a array of strings of all types. All this. A dictionary of string and value is going to be to fill that all in. Have to have to be like this. Can I not add to a dictionary like this? I have to like add. advanced is 1, lucky is 2, blank is 3. Zero is blank, 1 is basic. I should just move blank to the front. A lucky tile mean if there is a lucky tile, that means only advanced and basic can spawn. So we're checking potential spawns at tile keys. For this one, we are looking at tile keys 0. We're not allowed 0. Then we're also not allowed home, which is 4. We are also not allowed other lucky, which is now if it is an advanced tile. If it is an advanced tile, it cannot spawn a home and it cannot spawn other, or no, it cannot spawn home and not. Can't spawn blank, can't spawn home. It can spawn lucky. And then with basic tile, it can't spawn home. I guess I shouldn't even have home in here because it can't even spawn home. Home shouldn't even be an option. Which means I don't even need this. If it's a basic tile, it can spawn any, so I don't need to touch that. And if it's blank, it can spawn all but lucky. I don't think we're gonna be returning a number anymore. I think we're gonna make this a void. Nah, I think I have to keep it as an int for now. I'll just have to make the other function return an int as well. I'm gonna get rid of these returns. I no longer need these. gonna end up returning a new function. File picker. Okay, tile picker then is going to look through it's going to take in a dictionary of this type. I could just take this, copy it, paste it here, put a comma. Right? No, no comma. Copy that, paste that. Then what we can do is so what we'll do is since it's already corresponding to an int, I want to just keep it that way. So I don't know, like I know what I'm trying to do, but I'm like thinking about it, I'm like, oh, this feels like just a wrong way to do it. Because what I want to do now is check the values that I just set. And then if it is true, then I want to add I want to add a certain amount of tiles to the mix. I guess I'll need another dictionary. So the dictionary will contain the private dictionary. It'll be a string and it'll contain the percentage. I'll do float. I don't know. Is it like if I do blank 60? There's gotta be a way to do this. See, that just uses the dot add. I'm trying to find an example where you can just add it straight into the creation of it, but I'm just seeing dot adds. Key 1 that how you have to do it? You have to do key 1. This? No, okay. Well, I'll just do dot adds. This is not what I want, but I said 15, no, 12 for advanced, and 5% for lucky. Okay. And then down here, basic can spawn on everything. I don't need basic to be in the tile key list. So, it's only ever removing lucky. Advanced shouldn't be able to spawn on blank. Yeah, I must have forgotten to add the advance for 2. Well, now there'll be 2s here, and then I can add a 1. Alright. And now it'll check blank, advance, and lucky. So for int I equals 0, I is less than the count of this I'm looking for. Yeah, tile keys length. Let me do I plus plus for funsies. Once we have this, we can now go ahead and check if the If tiles key I equals true. So if whatever that is equals true, then we are going to, we have an list of int, we'll call 100% pool. Okay, the 100, I'll call 100 pool. Or pool 100. I can't put numbers first, can I? Pool 100, which will equal a new list. New list end. For int j equals 0. Nope, not quite that. We want percentages. Okay. J++. And then in that loop, we are going to pull 100, Control C, Control V, pull 100 dot add. See, I can't just add I because it no longer lines up. I could have it add a string. That just means, where is this world grid returning? So world grid is being called by create grid. Right? Spawn tile comes from spawn tile data. Spawn tile data comes from the get component here. Okay. So that's why it has to be an end. It's because it's getting it from that. Okay. So I could just have the end translator be here. think what I'll do is oh, okay, this actually just annoys me a little bit, it's fine. Um, okay, so what I'll probably have it do is I'll have this return a string, and then, I mean, this will return an int. No, this, okay. This will return a string. Tile picker just won't be able to return here. Do I just have another list of what the number is in correspondence to its thing? I feel like I need to take a small break, grab some tea or something. I'm just feeling overwhelmed by all the code on my screen. I have ideas of what I need to know, what I need to do. I just, ugh. Okay. Well, I got my tea and what time is it? Started this. I think I'm just gonna finish this up and call it for now. Anyways, I got this here, and so now it's just going to add basic, and then what it's gonna do is just return a random range of 0 to 100, and exclusive because the list should start at 0 and should be 100 options total. And that's some hot tea. Give that one a minute. All right. I was gonna return that, and then I just set up an extra dictionary because I'm just saying this point. Set up dicts. Okay. So we can now make another private dictionary of type string and type int of the exact same. We'll call this tile ID equals new dictionary string int. Okay, cool. And then we're going to do tile ID and do this one. Add. So lucky is going to be tile ID 3. Lucky tile should be 3. Advanced should be 2. Blank should be 0. And basic should be 1. And then I can just go down here and then just do return tile pick of potential spawns tile ID. Is that what I named it? Tile ID tile pick of potential spawn. All right. Now return this int, and it should display as normal. Item with the same key has been added, key blank. Line 20 of world generator. Percentages dot add blank. Oh, okay, cool. But this only happens this only has to happen once on like awake, I guess. So I'll just throw in awake on here. Is there 2 awakes in here? Why did it not like that? What did I do wrong? Let me just control these for a minute until it fixes everything. I can just call this. Alright, cool. Like, I just struggled. I don't know. Fun. Alright, that one. That one. Teams that lucky are spawning where they shouldn't be spawning. Blank, 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 basic, basic, basic. Yep. Cool. So it knows that there's blanks next to it. Once more, seems the game just does not care. It knows afterward, but it should also know that if there is a lucky, okay, so but it probably spawned like this, but even so, I would like to know. Run it again. So like when this one spawns, I could see like this this was spawned, but this wasn't yet. But even if this, when this spawns, it shouldn't be able to be this because of this. So when it's tile is blank, keys 2 and 1 equal false. 2 and 1 are advanced and lucky. Another thing. The advanced tiles are touching many blanks. So that is just not working. Um, maybe it's because the way I'm doing it. Probably. Just ugh. No. If it's advanced, it can't spawn a basic. If it's a basic, it can spawn anything, but can't spawn a blank. It says blank up here, right? Blank. Yeah, okay. It can't spawn a blank. Can't spawn a blank. Why is it spawning a blank next to it and a blank cannot spawn advanced? So I'm really confused. Um, okay, I think what I'll end up doing is probably just be changing. I need to change the way that it is building the tiles. Checks for adjacent. Don't even think I need these bools anymore. Those bools are just kind of getting in the way. Because if it's basic, it'll remove nothing. So I can get rid of that. It is advanced. If it is advanced, then it'll do this. If it is lucky, it'll do this. And if it is a blank, it'll do this. Gotta clean up this a bit. That. I'm just gonna run it, but I have a feeling it's just gonna run the same issues I'm having. I just cleaned it up a bit. Nope, I have errors completely now. What did I leave? What did I leave that messed up? What's all messed up here, huh? Where's the error? Wanna tell me what the heck the error is, sir? Where is this error? Right here. I put a random semicolon right here. Fun. So that was causing the issues, the booleans. Because this is working now perfectly. It was literally just the booleans. Yay! Fuck booleans. I don't know. Like, I think I could probably figure it out. It's probably where it was resetting at. I probably just needed to move the variables from where it was resetting back to true. But I didn't. So, but this resets the way it's supposed to, and it looks like it's working. I'm going to run it a couple of times, make sure it's not just a complete fluke on this first try. Could be, could be. No? Looks perfect to me. My only issue is that mountain biome is connected to a house, which cannot be. I think I need to add a if tile tag equals home. Does it have a tag currently? It is tile type home. Okay. Then if it is tile type home, see, this is where it comes in to be a little easier to just modify it now. Because now I can say else if tile type equals home, then I can set the potential spawns to be only blank and basic, which means advanced, lucky. Which is the same as a blank tile. Now if I go ahead and run it, I should see that I only now have basic or blank tiles spawning in the center. Yes, fun. I'm definitely going to play around with the percentages on the forest. Procedural generation is cool, but I don't like when patterns appear in it. Please don't give me a strike for having random symbols appear within my generation. See, this would blow, like as an actual world gen. If the way the game would work, you would have to like travel out to all these blank tiles and find nothing until then. I'm definitely gonna have to play around with this world generation. Each time it's so different. Like it's so lush in spots. And other times it's so like this line. That's fun. I placed the mountain and then it was like, oh, there's a mountain next to it. So mountains can only touch other mountains and see now let's just change that. So mountains or advanced can now also now do blanks. Because I mean, just by removing that constraint, it just increased the amount of blanks that are able to be spawned. And this feels like a better spread closer to what I was looking for. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good spot, I think. I fixed my previous issues, I created even more issues, and then I solved those issues, and now I have a grid that spawns in a pattern that I have set that actually works. It is a very non commercial. I don't know. It's not very practical the way I'm doing it. But it's working. It's gonna work. Can't wait to keep working on it. All right. Well,